Heaven's Gate, Episode 7, The Story So Far. Alaya and Six have been looking for the missing roboticist Niki Rembar, say it with me, sent by Professor Miyari to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox, which she believes is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot-led Rembar to a different discovery, an ancient observatory. The vault, which Rembar believed could save the nebula from darkness. But why had Rembar been hiring labourers to dig something up on Elbereth? I think it's exactly the same thing that happened at the beginning of last episode, but I feel it's quite nice to reiterate so we're all sort of following along as we start a new episode. It has only been a couple of minutes for me, but I did close down the game and restart it, so we got to have this story so far together. And we are in the Lost Garden of the Emperor, or whatever it is. We've just crossed a bridge, it's not even a real bridge, but it's just a tiny little bridge, this one here, that broke as we crossed it. So now we are separated from Six, who's wandered off in a bit of a robot huff. So let's have a look at this place. Let's go this way first. Let me remark to myself. Six might know what to make of all this. Well, Six isn't here. Right, okay, wait, let's look at this thing. We haven't looked at this thing yet. Yes, we have. It's the other one we haven't looked at. Let's look at this one. This one's buried. Oh, I need a machete to find any inscriptions. Oh, I'm glad she's after inscriptions, because so am I. A door. Locked. Or stuck, maybe. Oh, a waterfall. There's more water in than I've ever seen. Enough water for Elbereth 3 times over. If there was only a way to transport water, the wellspring must be up there somewhere. Where does all the water go? If only there was a way to transport water. I know what she means. But I feel like transporting water is like one of the most basic things we've ever done as humans. But sure. I'm going to go down here now because I want to look at this other shrine. But we'll cover everything, don't worry. This one's in better condition. Still legibly carved. Translate, baby! Here we go. Mamma mia. This one is a fractured fragment of something that I didn't have time to read. Okay, life, we feel pretty sure about. Sticking that there. Dead. Pretty sure about. I can add my translation for life to the dictionary now. Yes, we were pretty sure, but it's nice to have it done. And dead must be correct too. Yes. This is really useful. This is going to cascade out. And we had life, and we had live, and we had death, and we had dead, and then I think we had like something else that was like killed or something that was like it was a nice flow through all those words. So now that's kind of given me confidence across all of those ones. Now, this little thing means of. We don't know about this. But if it's like love, so this is love, the verb. So this could be love. I don't know. What's an of word? It's kind of an adjective, isn't it? Or a possessive. But these words are not those kind of words. These are. We've got a couple of we've got 3 prepositions here. So it's life from death, life from the dead. Ooh. If it's life from dead, maybe they bury people here and the gardens grow, out of the nutrients of their bodies. Let's go with that. Now, in a lot of languages, of and from are the same word. Which is interesting. I say a lot of languages, but a few languages that I'm aware of, they're basically the same word. Which has just given me a bit of hesitation. Life for dead? Life for the dead? Life towards dead? We've got to think about the loop here. We've got to think about the idea that these people expect to be reborn. So maybe it's not growing bodies out of... growing gardens out of dead bodies. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying a lot of languages from and of are the same word. That was my sort of knee-jerk thought, but then I started to think about it a little bit more, and I was like, what? And I'm going a bit... I know I'm going a bit meta here. I'm stepping outside of the game a little bit and blah, 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 blah. But I started thinking, what does this game look like in French? If I'm a French person, I'm playing this game, and I've got the word for of, but this word here is saying from. If this was all directly translated French, this would be de and this would be de. These would be the same word. There would be no distinguishing way of telling those apart, unless there's sort of a longer form way in French, maybe, of like distinguishing from of. So am I thinking? So am I? I'm going to go with 4 for now. Partly for that reason, partly because I'm going to go more towards the idea of this, the loop, the rebirth thing that we've learned this civilization believes in. But I'll bear in mind that obviously there could be... There's a lot of talk of the dead here. And maybe the dead are buried here. And, you know, I've said it all. You understand my 2 strains of thought. I can still change my mind, but... Life for dead? Perhaps if I translate some more. She doesn't seem confident, does she? I'll get a clearer picture. Yeah, let's keep looking for stuff. I'm going to remark before I go to the stone setting. Well, it seems clear no one ever lived here. And it's definitely not a temple. So why go to so much trouble to build all this? Okay, I'm changing my mind. I'm changing it to from. Yeah. Life from the dead. It's a burial place. You come here, you give your life essence to the plants. Right, let's look at the stone setting. A stone setting. Either someone was making preparations when this place was abandoned, or the shrine that stood there was removed. Maybe that's the one that's on the arid moon. Right. Locked. Anyway, 6 would hate me going out that way. Yeah, we do care about what 6 thinks. There's nothing but sky down there. Right, another one. How's this one coming along? This one isn't carved at all. But there's something inside the niche at the front. A metal bell. Dating from at least the earliest Empire period. Yeah, this looks to me like a bell from above a doorway. And there's an inscription on it. Okay, something and something. There's a few words in this one. Yes, we know this is and. We know this little snaky boy is and. Is that all we got? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Verb, we think. I'm feeling stronger about the verb thing. Enter. So it's got a lot of the... It's got similar symbols to enter. Not necessarily in the same order. Pilgrim. Come. Okay, what are options over here? Come and pray. This is interesting. I don't know what the colon thing means, but it's sort of it's two otherwise similar, let's say, verbs, similar actions. So it's like action to action. It's like a sort of... So it could... It was a metal bell, wasn't it? A metal bell that goes above a door. It could be by... if it's a bell above a shop, like a ding 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 when you open the door, then by this could be sort of a phrase meaning exchange, meaning like it could be like give to give. So there's two things giving, maybe give might mean buy, or you know what I mean? Take. Let's go with come, which is similar to enter, kind of, and buy. Come and buy. It's from a shop. That's what I thought. That's my thing. Okay, if she thinks that, then I'm feeling more confident. Ding ding ding. All right, there's some more shrines up there. Let's remark to myself as I wander around. There are niches in all of these markers. They're empty. Looted or left that way? Let's look at the first one. This one's worn smooth. All right, nothing in there. This one's red. How about this one? Ah. The inscription on this one is readable. Okay. This one is a phrase. Something, something, something. Okay. In death, something. I think we had some thoughts about this, but we thought this was an intensifier, but that was a big reach from me. Something are or is something. Very unclear about this S thing. It comes up all the time, but I really don't know what it means. I can add my translation for deaf to my dictionary now. Yeah, we knew that. In death, we possibly. Yeah, this is me. So if we thought this is an intensifier in terms of like size, multitude, like so instead of me, it's like we, all of us. But not all like this one. I think this is an all that's not necessarily like a pronoun. So we, but like the royal, not the royal we. It's interesting. There's like English doesn't have this, but in English, there are two types of we when you're speaking. There's the we as in you're talking about specific people, like we're sitting at a table. We are eating noodles. But you could say we, and you're actually referring to like basically everyone. You're sort of say you're kind of generalizing. You're saying, we don't like it when people are mean to us. You're sort of just talking about people. We, everyone, and I think that's the kind of we this is. Maybe you're just saying we. So like in death, we are free or whatever it's going to say. So I'm going with we. These look like boobs. Sort of say. Oh, it also actually with this big, if this was a massive mouth, it kind of looks like an emo kid going ah, with this like floppy fringe coming down between his eyes. You could go with what you want, emo kid or boobs. Okay, in death we are equal. Makes the most thematic sense, but it could be tied. I don't feel particularly strongly about either yet. Or stuck. That's interesting. And this appears in we. I don't think that helps us. If we thought this was like an important person, which I'm feeling less likely, what changes kind of person into me? Like, what is this doing to the idea of person to turn it into me? It's sort of reflective, maybe. So maybe it's tied. Like, tied as in, like, bonded? Are there any other alternatives? Stuck. Connected. This is like, okay, so it's like something of something. Let's go with tied. In death, we are tied. This place must be some kind of monument. Okay, that's cool. She's reflecting on what we've said instead of being like, maybe. To a war or a famine or a plague. Oh, there's loads more. Can we look at this one? No. We can look at this one, though. Oh. I've lost it. There we go. Nothing on this one. Oh, there's another gate, though. A doorway. Have we looked at everything before I start walking through doorways? I kind of lost track of what I don't think I've looked at this one in the middle. Have I looked at this one over here? More markings here. More translations. Excellent. What a time we're having. Oh, my controller's getting it. Wandering off. I think it said this is the start of a longer something. The problem with the stone markers is every time it sets my controller off and I look over my controller and then she starts saying something, there's a small amount of time where I can catch her saying something. I'm going to unplug my controller. Hang on one sec. There we go. Lesson learned. It only took me 7 episodes. Right. This is rest. But I'm not going to put it in... Okay. Rest. Something. And... Is or are... Is... And is homes. Rest... Okay, that's fine. Rest something and be... Oh, did I put homes in? So it could be here. Place me. So it's like me. Ah, me becomes my. Rest my. Why did we think this was rest? Okay, after this, I'm going to look up why we thought this was rest. So this is me, and this is a modifier to me to make it in another word. So I'm going to go with my, even though this sentence doesn't make much sense. And we think this is something home, but like an adjective version of home. So it could be safe. Rest something and be safe. Now let's review. Maybe here. If you say, so if we think this is place, like a place, makes it a place type word, which I'm still, nothing has dramatically put me off that idea that this shark's fin in the waves isn't place based. If it was like me place, that would be here, wouldn't it? So it'd be rest here and be safe. No, we haven't. So let's go with here. Rest here and be sharp. Be safe. There we go. Does rest here and be safe work? Is this a graveyard? See, sometimes when she goes, does this make sense? Then I'm guessing something is wrong. Because sometimes I'll do a translation, she'll be like, oh, rest here and be safe. This must be a graveyard. Like, she immediately, like, you know, like with the shop one, she's like, this must be a shop. So I don't know. Sometimes she seems more confident about what I've given her to translate than other times. But it being a graveyard ties in with my idea of it being... you know, the plants growing from the dead. Okay, I thought I might be able to translate this big thing in the middle. Okay, these two over here. Let's just make sure nothing... Have we gone around here? No. Oh, this one seems to be made of older stone than the others. The first gravestone to be placed here, perhaps? No wonder this place feels so empty. And there's something up here. Yeah, there is something on top of it. An hoop of metal. I wonder if there was once one of these on top of the shrine we found on the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. I passed that wrong. Heavy, but perhaps not as heavy as I had expected. Ah, there are symbols inscribed on the inside curve. What have we got? This one's a broken piece from an even longer phrase. What have we got? I. Something. Joyful. Joyful, I think I remember being an absolute stab in the dark. But let's give it a go. I. Joyful. From? I think from was something we just did, isn't it? My translation from has to be wrong. Okay. Those aren't the symbols for joyful either. Well, you know, now we learn. Does that mean we can't have a go at it? We can have a go at it. Okay. Let's have a look at these then. So is it of? For. Four was one of the things, wasn't it? Four was... So what was it? It was like life for the dead. Okay. Adjective. We're not sure what this means. We're not sure what this means. This was fairly new to us. I something for. Welcome? I really don't know. Let's go for that. Let's go for greet / welcome. Well, we've got another one of these things. So let's say let's try and figure this out. It's a verb. And this symbol is like the common essence of both of these words. Greet is a kind of speaking. I speak for greet. I open for greet. I reveal. This is tricky. And if not for, on. Silent. Life on dead. Okay, it's a small metal hoop. I reveal on silent. I open. Let's go for I speak. I don't get it. It doesn't make much sense to me. It's not die. It's not die. It's nothing like die. I lead. I don't think I'm going to be able to make a phrase that makes much sense to me. I'm not feeling this one very much. So let's go I speak for welcome for now and come back to it. What is this thing? Is this some kind of recording device? I speak for greet. I'm sure I've seen something like this before somewhere. We might be able to trace where it's from. Okay, well, she doesn't seem too upset with what I've gone with. But as I was just saying, I'm not sure if there's rhyme or reason for her being a bit more confident or not than what I say. Let's have a look at this one. This is the episode of just reading monuments. Smooth. Yep, no inscriptions. Can we look at that one? That one's buried. We can't go through these routes, but we can look at stuff. Let's look at these. We can just look at one of them. Here's another. All right, more translating. It's all coming together. Hopefully this is interesting to you. I love translating stuff. So what have we got? Not sure about these ones. Homes, maybe. But with an adjective, so like of homes. Than / of. I'm sure we had this. Anyway. Oh, it's a bowl, but it's got a carrot in it as opposed to a dot. So that's interesting. And then a verb that means maybe sleep. Let's stick a couple of these in. Oh no, we have got this. In. We have got this. It's not. That's not. Okay. She's going to confirm or deny. This doesn't feel right. Oh, okay, so it's not that it's not homes, it's that we just put the wrong stuff in. How about that? Oh, say we did do this. Yes, the adjective for homes is safe or maybe in. How about that? Yeah, I think safe must be right. Ding! It's a long one, but I think it must say sleep. Okay, great. We don't know why it says sleep yet. By which I mean, in terms of the elements that make up the word, I'm not sure yet why it means sleep. We've got verb, and then we've got, and I'm kind of interpreting the colon a little bit the way we do in English. So I don't know if that makes any sense. But when there's a colon between things, it kind of has this sense of like two things connecting to each other in my mind, but I don't know why. And this is interesting. In. I want to check on like how prepositions work. Do they always have this kind of of symbol before them? We should have a look at our translations at some point. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, so we've got another kind of, so it's a verb and then it's something relating to something else. We don't know what you is yet, do we? I think you is probably going to be similar to me in how it looks. Like me looks nothing like this. Me is like person bowl, isn't it? With a dot in it. It's like one of those. It's like one of those curly numbers, and then it's got the little bowl with a dot in it. So I think I'm going to make a big assumption that you will look something like that in its structure. So, and it's a verb. So sail or build or walk. Pace. So it's probably sail safe in wind's sleep, maybe. So let's go for sail because we know from their discussions when they've been on the rivers. The rivers are made of like the energy of the dead and stuff. So let's go with that. Sail, safe, in. I think this is going to be your, because you know what we know how we just said the structure for you is probably going to be very similar to the structure for me. This, so ignoring this first bit, the of and the dot. This is basically me, except instead of a dot, it's a carrot. So I think that is you, and then this is of you, your. Sail safe in your sleep. And that makes sense thematically as well. I'm happy with that. Sail safe in your sleep. That'll do for now. I'm happy with that. Will future me remember why I'm happy with that? I don't know. Let's look at the broken steps. Yeah, they don't look very safe anymore. That was a weird sound I just heard in the corner, mate. Is that the sound of me walking? Can you hear that? Is that me rubbing up against the bark? All right. Can we get to that one if we walk around? I don't think we can. Have we looked at this one in the corner? Yes. Okay, I'm going to go this way first, and then I'm going to remember there was a gate over there. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm going to go up here. I'm not sure which way is... Oh, here we go. Can we go along here? No. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh. Just having a look. Wow. Okay, stone marker. This one is set apart from the others. And it's inscribed. Doing a lot of inscriptions here. I was worried there wouldn't be any. Because before we started this episode, the only things we'd seen had been a bit smooth. Okay. Let's put in what we know. So... These. This is interesting. If this is these, I can hear an owl. I'm gonna actually, you know what? Before I do this, I'm gonna exit and I'm gonna try and find these. I'm not sure these is right because I don't know why a word for. I suppose. Why the word for me with the little comma by it would turn into these, unless the comma is about a thing. So it's sort of like the things that are with me, these. So that could make sense, but I am going to go and... Impossible. I wonder what it means. I can look at it again though, right? Every time I think I've got the hang of ancient, there's always more I don't understand. I can look at it again though. I can look at it again though? Yes, I can. I think I can just do it from here. Yes, okay. Inscriptions. So I'm going to look for when I wrote these. And I'm going to try and work out why I thought it was these. And if I feel happy with it, I'll continue. But I'm realizing now I can actually, like, before I commit to putting it into the stone etched bits, I can double check my work. Okay, it might be in a long one that I can't see, but I'm going to just go for it. That's not it. That's not it. So I'm looking for me with a curly bit next to it. So that's not me. That's not me. That's me, but not with a curly bit. That's me, not with a curly bit. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Okay. I can't find it. I can't find my these. Does that mean it's in a long one? That's me. That's me. I'm just looking at the ones I already looked at. That's not me. Is it here? Deedly deedly dee. That's a long one. Nope. Have I not done this before? What's a dented silver gong? Why is this not? What? Dented silver gong. Where did we find this? And what's going on? Why can't I put stuff in here? Why can't I translate this? What's the deal here? Is it because it had too many things in I didn't understand? That's me. I don't think I can see me in here. This. Here we go. Okay, so I want to change it to in my garden because it's me, but it's something it's like to do with me. I think I prefer that. What does this curly thing do that changes me to my? So let's go to solved. Is this it? Is this the entirety of completely solved things? Incredible. Okay. All right, let's so I think let's do this. This is our new thing, right? All right. So I think this is my, and then these are ones to do with time. So this is again, it's like time something and then this is sail, my something sails again. My time. Oh, my doesn't go there. Okay. I. Again. Sail. I sail again. Oh, that was interesting because she just kind of ticked it off without saying anything about it. But that's fine. We've got the word for sail and we've got the word for again. That's been confirmed. But interestingly, she didn't like. It didn't go into a little chat. Is that because we backed out instead of just doing it first time? Okay, I'd prefer to do it first time then, if that's the case. Okay, if that means await is the negative of whatever that is. We don't know it's await. This is something, if this is, again, none of these things are to do with time. So if that's should, maybe that should not. Verb. Will. I think this might be will. I will sail again. And this will be won't. And I'm going to look up where this appeared, actually. Do I feel happy with that? Okay, interesting. Because I backed out and she was like, this is too hard. I didn't actually get the full experience of doing that. So that's interesting. So I would rather give it a go at doing it first time than back out. Now this, here we go. Await. I don't think this is await. I think this is going to be should not. Shall, should, will not. Let's do that. The empire will not be divided on the eagle carving. I like that. It's changing my idea of what this the olive symbol means, because I had it very time based, but will and will not are like future tense, so it's sort of like talking about over time. So I not completely lost it, but that's changed it slightly. It's nice to be away from the robot for a change. But by the waters, the air must be getting thinner. Come on, you can do it. It's only a few steps of thinness. Why are you walking so weird? Why am I unhealthy again? Are you cold? What's going on? Are you okay? These two seem in better condition than those below. The stone hasn't worn so much up here. Probably because there's less air, I guess. I'm dying! Ouch! What was that? Can I die? Can I actually die? I got zapped by an ancient shrine. Question. Some kind of static charge. But it's a rock, innit? Insert the figurine. Yeah, I wonder. Is this the figurine we took out of the other one? Nothing. Taking it back again. Oh, pity. I feel like that should have done something. 6 would know. But there's no way 6 can jump that bridge. I wonder if we can get 6 up here. Because there's lots of robot slopes. Maybe there's another way around. What's that on top? I want to get to that top dot. Place the metal hoop. Ooh. What did the metal hoop say? I speak for greet. Okay. Is there anything... Is there anything that suggests that some electricity... I don't know. Place the metal loop. Just don't zap yourself. It is electric still. Let's see if we have any more luck with this. Right, now put the figurine in. Alright, how about now? And then... Holy shit! By all the wake and waters! Have I been asleep? It spoke with the voice of a child. Oh, okay. That's right. You've been asleep. Don't be scared. Everything will be alright. I can't see you. It's so very dark. Why can't I see you? Tell me where you think you are. The orangery, of course. Where's Alpha? She screamed. Who's Alpha? My wife in waiting. She should be here. I can't feel my legs. Where is the orangery? Shit. Above the Withering Palace, of course. Okay, Withering Palace is a thing. You should know that. I've spilled stuff myself. Why don't you know that? Who are you? This place isn't a palace. I don't want to freak him out, but... Where's my brother? Tell me your name. You don't know my name? I will have you killed. Oh, yeah, my apologies. My apologies. I forgive you. It's not your fault that you are ignorant. What does this mean? Have I been asleep? Oh, he's gone. That gave us nothing. What the hell just happened? The power's gone. I'll take the figurines back then. Spoke to a ghost. Steady. And take the hoop. I'll be careful with you, promise. I wonder what Huang would make of her. Take the hoop, please. Just don't zap yourself. I could take this thing back to Elbereth and show her Roy. She might be able to explain what it is. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Metal hoop to Oroi on Elboreth. Am I going to remember this? Who knows? I'm writing it down though. I'm going to do a little triangle, which means do it. I paused it because sometimes stuff happens. I'm not going to touch the marker because it nearly zapped me. Maybe this one won't zap me. I don't know what I'm hoping for here. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Nothing. This one's a rock, just like the others. Okay, but no carvings? No? Okay. I'm not going to touch the marker. To the graves. Okay, we've learned a lot up here. I wonder if we can get 6 up here, though. Because he might know stuff. He might know how to do things. Mistress! Oh, you made it! Dickhead! How'd you get here? I was able to manipulate the hopper once more to cross the broken bridge. In other words, here I am. Great, follow me. There's this weird shit up here. 6, I spoke to a ghost. I put this hoop I found on a plinth buzzing with static, and a face appeared. It spoke to me. Curious. What did it say? It threatened to kill me. It wasn't a very nice head. And yet, I see it did not. Time to depart, mistress? No! We've still got more to do here. You're so impatient, you always want to leave. We've still got more to do here. You're always like, let's go, and I'm... You know, our whole mission is doing stuff. I can't keep doing this. Climbing those stairs really fucking takes it out of you, doesn't it? This location is extremely unsafe. I know. Alright, I did get electrocuted once. The shrine outside the Hermitage where Remba died. It was just like this, I suppose. We're trying to tell you, we're trying to inform you, 6. And just like this, it ran out of power. That seems likely, mistress. Shrine on Hideout Moon runs out of power. Removed from rivers, the charge was lost. Now, does that mean we're going to have to power them up again, or... The shrine spoke to me, 6. It had an hologram. Is that so, mistress? I observe that the air up here is very thin. I'm going to touch it. Ah, it's fine. Nothing. Just a rock. Alright, you win. I'm not making it up, 6. No, mistress. A hallucination is not made up. Obviously, it is a sensory processing misfire. Yeah, shut the... up, you bloody robot. The real question is the Withering Palace. The voice in the statue mentioned it. The voice told you something. Most interesting. Can you squeeze through here? Good. Right, we're going to go out this door, 6. Right. I feel like that bridge is going to cave in on us again. Mistress, I must complain at your decision to go off alone. Without any way to detect your well-being, I was very close to leaving the moon. What? You were running away? Your ethical core won't let you leave me. Mistress, you do not understand how my core functions. So? My core is statistical. It works on probabilities. If the probability is that you're already dead or cannot be saved, then I fear it holds no obligation over me. Oh, that's good news. Well, now you tell me. My core regrets the oversight, mistress. I assumed you knew. You are the worst. I'm not your first robot after all. Alright. Look. We'll get that ethical core removed one of these days. My friend or I could do that. With respect, mistress. He's angry again. I'm certain she could not. Alright, turn that frown around. Okay, I'm going to cross this dubious looking bridge. Alright, Frowny. But what was that thing I spoke to? A recording, presumably. Much as Professor Miari might send you a recording of herself to converse with. Recordings are responsive, as you know, but fixed in manner. They're broad, but not deep. That is their nature. Okay, so now I'm like, the recording I saw in the graveyard is recorded? Something at the Withering Palace created a recording of the child. It was eventually taken to the hideout moon. Okay, so we think it was a sort of interactive recording. I'll do one more question, and then we're going to cross the dodgy bridge. Are you like that, Six? Broad, but not deep. I am as I appear, mistress. Cantilevered arms, tracks, pneumatics. You have a brain, don't you? I mean, you like to pretend you do. I do not understand robot minds, mistress, despite being equipped with one. But Master Rembar once described a robot as a mirror. Its reflection will vary as it is shifted, and yet the mirror itself contains nothing. Okay, I'm bloody leaving. Bye. I am not going across that, mistress. The odds of collapse are enormous. Well, at least he's telling us ahead of time this time. I suggest we use the hopper to return to the ship. Your ethical core won't let you leave me. Just let me cross this bloody bridge. You're stuck with me. So come on. See, it's fine. He's fine. Oh, this was the thing that was in Iox. Let's do... We've seen the description before first. We've seen this design before. Evidently, it's remarkably like the sundial on Iox, mistress. That's what I said. So the Iox sundial is a sister to this one. I believe this sundial to be significantly older than the one on Iox, mistress. Furthermore, this one was not made on Iox. Alright. Quick question before we look at the inscription. Alright, so where was this sundial made? An interesting question, mistress. I will consider the matter. New site. Indications of a pre-Empire site somewhere in Sunken Wash. Ooh, okay. We've got a new area. We've got 3 big areas that we kind of need to hone in, but I'm not quite sure how we do that. I'm really fascinated by the Withering Palace. I'd love to find out more about that. Right, let's read the inscription. There's an inscription here around the stones at the base. Diddly-diddly-dee. And I'm paying attention because she's going to say... This one is a broken fragment from an even longer phrase. Okay. Home at the end. This is my. This is safe. No, it's not safe. Keep my... Okay, no. Keep my... something safe. My translation, my, can't be correct. Oh, interesting. So maybe it is this or these. Keep this. Place? We think this is like a place marker, and maybe this is the purest form of it, just like this place. I don't know what this symbol means. Maybe I should be paying attention to that a bit more. I'm going to go with place. Keep this place safe. Keep this place safe? I think that's right. I want to have a quick look for this symbol. And when it comes up. Speak. Okay. This one here. Life. I don't know what it's doing, and I don't know what this is doing either, to be honest. Let's try and find another one. This one here. Hold. No, I'm not sure. Not sure what that's doing. Question. So, was the Oxern sundial based on this one, perhaps? A copy? It is quite possible. Only this one appears as though it might work. Okay, so the Iox sundial we've pinned onto the timeline. What about the old sundial? Whee! Okay. Sundial removed from original site. Placed outside the glass house in the Emperor's secret garden. But we don't have an idea for when the sundial was made. Okay, that's fine. Okay, reply. So, whoever copied this garden sundial for the university, they didn't know what it was they were copying. They didn't know how it was supposed to work. That's almost funny. So much has been lost, mistress.
The air inside the glass house was damp. It smelt like fruit and warm water.
Let's start with the tree. It's even bigger close up. Reminds me of the tree of knowledge on Iox. Wait, mistress. Where are you going? Where are you going? What have you seen? Wait, what have you seen? What? What's going on? Fine, keep your secrets. I'm going this way. This is quite a collection, mistress. These plants must have once been assembled. What are you talking about? Someone's prized collection? Assembled over many years, I should imagine. Why are you so into this garden? 6? Can I go through here? I can. That step is too steep for me, mistress. So stay behind. Okay, there's not... Wow, can I not do anything? I hope 6 waited for me. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. She just walked straight out again. Okay. There he is. It's peaceful here. Water. Still flowing. After all this time. I would have thought it would be clogged with moss and dirt. It's true, this place is remarkably well kept for being abandoned. The air is warm. 6, why are you standing bolt upright like that? What are you doing? That's better. Alright, anything else here we need to be wary of? No inscriptions. There's a door. Let's try the door. Stuck. Stuck. Why is every door in this place stuck? Looks like it should open outwards though. Shove it. Shove it. I just hope my shoulder doesn't go straight through. Well done. Eek. Hurt myself again. Okay, so we're kind of limited in how much we can like physically strain ourselves in a short period of time. That's what that seems to be doing. I was just opening a door. with my body. I see you're still undamaged, mistress. The bridge didn't eat me, Six. I'm glad you didn't fall into a crack either. What's happening with this angle? Alright. Good place to stop. Lots to explore in the Emperor's Secret Garden. I don't think there's going to be much more though, but we have made our way through the greenhouse, so we're going to find out what happens in that greenhouse in the next episode, and then maybe start to wind our way back to the ship. We have discovered a new potential area to explore that we need to get more evidence for. And in future, I think we'll be going back to Elborough. I think we need to find Arai, who is, I think, in the city walls. I think we just haven't figured out how to get into that. And of course, maybe there's some more ruins around here, the little yellow dots. Maybe not. Interesting. And we made a lot of progress this episode with our translations, which I'm really happy about. I don't know what this is going to do for us long term, but, we'll need to find out. And who was the child? Kind of like a little... The child who came out of the grave, if we're to understand how these things work and that he was sort of a recording but sort of interactive, maybe kind of like, those weird creepy AI versions of like your dead grandparents you can make that can talk to you. Maybe a bit like that. Just sort of like a shadow of the former self. Simulated. I'm not sure how much of it was real and how much we should glean from it, but it sure was creepy, and it did electrocute us, so plenty left to understand. I'm curious how important the timeline of everything is. There's a lot going on. I haven't really got it all together in my head yet, but maybe over time we'll get there. But that's for the future. Thanks for watching. Enjoyed having you here. See you in the next episode, hopefully, where we'll continue exploring this garden. Goodbye for now.